More blues chord substitutes. Here's the second way to play a ninth chord. If you're on the A string, now this one does have the root in the bass. And we're going to start, we're in the key of A, so we're going to stay there. So the 5 chord in the key of A, which is, if you go up the major scale 5 notes, which is that note there, which is an E note, on the A string 7th fret, that's where it begins. And you begin with your middle finger on the A note, not A note, A string 7th fret, which is an E. Then you take your first finger and put it on the string below it, the D string at the 6th fret. Now this is where it gets a little difficult here. What I'm doing here is I'm flattening out my finger. Let me show you. Like that, and I'm laying it over the bottom 3 strings, the G, B, and E string at the 7th fret. So that's an E9 chord because the root note's right there. And it's movable. Now that's a D9 because the root note's right there. And then you go to the other A9, the D9, the A9, then you walk up. Now that, if you're doing the turnaround to the 5 chord, which is an E, that is an augmented. A lot of times, people just play an E7, but if you want to spice it up and make it sound a little more ear-catching, you can play an augmented. And it's used to start some songs too. Like, for example, Things I Used to Do by Stevie Ray Vaughan covered it. I'm sure someone else did it before, but it starts with that chord, an augmented chord. Things I used to do, etc. And then also the semi-bluesy song by the Beatles called Old Darling starts with the same type of whoa, etc. Now the augmented chord, the shape I'm showing you there, it's movable too. The root note is the same E, A string 7th fret, D string 6th fret, which is in G sharp, and then doing that bar again with your first finger at the 5th fret of the G string, which is a C note, and then I'm just flattening out my finger and barring on the B string 5th fret. B string 5th fret, G string 5th fret, D string 6th fret, A string 7th fret. So there's that turnaround chord or beginning chord. So let's put it all together. So starting from the 5, which if you've been playing some blues jams, sometimes you start off on the 5 chord. You don't start off on the 1 chord. And you take it from what is known as the turnaround on a blues tune, a slow blues tune. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you can get all fancy and stuff. I'll show you that chord later.